think you're a monster, don't you? Ugly, breathing vulture. AB's put it down my skyline. Notifications on my timeline. But this shit is the A side. You think you King Ghidorah. But this is King Nello, ninja, the king of the monsters. Take 3 of you to step to the giant, but I'm defiant. Face of boxing, I'm a legend, like the Mayans. Yeah. Let go. Nello. Let go. Nello. You think you King Ghidorah. 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 In the Chevy on the days, candy paint, hitting switches while you busters hate. Up off that. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. 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 Up off. Rock. Hey. Y'all know what day it is. Y'all know what day it is, huh? Yeah. There. It's Taco Tuesday, baby, baby. What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz, don't. All right, man. Look at who we have here. Let me see who we have up here. Hey, Goon Nerd. Hey, DJ. That's my DJ. What's going on with you? Whoops. All right, man. Lord. First, I want to say this. Everybody, welcome to the Taco Tuesday. If you haven't done it, please close out the chat, hit the like, and give it up for the Vonda Hill.
Bring on this with the laugh and do the cabbage patch. Kiss a pretty lady and then sign some autographs. The Burnell man can shaboing boing.
Hit the Tyson bell. I told Keisha, Sade, and Ty we're getting back together. And though I doubt it, dog, that song right there, and I know you miss me, babe. Don't get, hey, that song, play this song by yourself. I can't stop playing that shit. I cannot stop playing it. Ms. Biz is like, oh no. Soon as she heard it, oh my God, play this song by your... Now I know who wrote Leave the Door Open between Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak. Now I know. I can't stop playing it. Bruh, and I know you miss me, babe. Don't it? Hey, listen, I'm going to tell you, if music is coming back, y'all new kids, y'all going to have a hell of a time. I'm talking about falling in and out of love, right? Having a crush on somebody, that magical butterfly feeling. See, they call it simping now. All that is y'all being too insecure to embrace that butterfly feeling. When you get those butterflies, and I know you miss me, babe. Shit! Done messed up my intro and everything. I can't. I told Keisha, Sade, and Ty. Ms. Biz said, oh no, because you lost the money on the Canelo fight. Hell no. Ms. Biz is like, oh no, that's all I'm going to hear all day. Like, leave the door open and talk Biz. And I know you miss me, babe. But hold on. Before we do all that, I don't know what took us so long to give it up to the lady. You should let me in. You You know what I'm saying? Baby, it's coming back. Everything's coming back. Y'all saw my son. Y'all saw my son, Canelo, sitting there screaming, dude. Just his heart. Let me tell you something. I'm sorry, y'all. I know I haven't seen y'all in a while. May I please? Haven't seen y'all in a while. I didn't even know my son can sing like that. He's a quiet kid. He barely even talked. I didn't even, he always just kind of kept to himself, cool kid, just chilling. He didn't even want me to hear the song. He was embarrassed. His big sister was like, wait a second. What was that? Play that again. Let me hear it. Tears. And he has a lot of songs. He has a few. Yo, he sent it. I'm driving at 12 in the morning, midnight from a get together. My phone goes, it's another song. I hit play. I'm on the road as a grown ass man. Tears. All that, the heart is coming back. Hold on, everybody. My bad. But hold on, let me get.
Put it simply in here. I like surprises. I came here for prizes. Big booty and thighs is promising my guys is how I could get inside this. Stupid, I realize this, but there's so much I wanna know about you, but I don't really wanna know. That's what they say. You make it too hard for a nigga. I got you, but I got the time. Let's make it work.
Hit the Tyson bell. Shit. Hey, hold on. Wait. Where we at? Where are you, brother? Forget dun. We outside.
What do you think can happen when you're outside? You can lose a fight, see a chick, have a con with that vibe. You can ride a bike, see a nigga, and ask if he's alright.
And now let's let our guy, just Mr. Inspirational War Room, say squat off.
Squad up. Let's go.
Hit the Tyson bell. Shit. But yeah, my oldest boy, Canelo, he got like 4 or 5 songs. And yo, I'm so proud of him. So I pushed, the first song a little bit. You probably see it on my socials if you guys gone around my socials at all. You see me like send a link and stuff like that. But then that's it. I just want to boost his algorithm, and then I'm gonna step back because honestly, I saw some comments and y'all diabolical. I saw War Room analyzing it like it was a fight, critiquing it like it was a fight. Hey, listen, brother. He's a 19-year-old young man. His song isn't for our old asses. You got middle-aged men like, yeah, I don't know if that's really my cup of tea, but go ahead, dog. It's like, brother, you ain't got a daughter or a niece or something? It's for the girls. It's for them. It ain't for your middle-aged, grand of being old ass. Hey, I ain't really what I'll be rocking, but... So we just need the algorithm to get with the girls and all that stuff that he be, his whole shit. But for me, that Mariah Carey, play this song. All right, y'all, let's go. Let's go. All right, man, we got a show. Saul Canelo Alvarez. Oh shit. Saul Canelo Alvarez broke his elbow. Bud is now the bow collector. All right. So I guess he messed his elbow up during the fight. Oh, I'm gonna say during the fight. It just makes it better. It just makes it better. Ain't that better? He messed up his elbow. He's getting surgery. We're gonna break that all down as much as we can. I'm definitely gonna give my take on it. Number 2, fight night. Fight night looked like it could be back. And this is the closest it has gotten to be this channel. A big part of this channel kicking off boxing video games. You saw my work with Hard Knock Nights, but that fell through. You saw my work with Fight Night and bringing back the young George Foreman and stuff like that. If you guys remember that push, a lot of that stuff is beginning of this channel. Undisputed, working with them. So boxing games is really a big part, I think, of helping build the sport. I was talking about boxing trading cards. Now that's back. All right. We're also going to talk about this boxing league. Zufa. We got a lot of news, all right, that happened, and I held it all just for the Taco Tuesday. But Dana White with Paramount, bringing boxing to Paramount, like his deal with UFC, big shit is going on. Everything is starting to change. I think it's changing for the better. But like I said, it's my personal opinion. I got my finger on the pulse of the boxing community. We're going to see what the war room has to say about it. Maybe we can start, coming up with ideas and things that we didn't think about before and be like, oh, okay, well, I mean, since you're considering that, maybe I should start thinking, considering other things in Tyson Bell. So we're going to talk, especially the Muhammad Ali Act and Dana White making amendments to the Ali Act. All right. Is that good or bad? So we'll talk about that too. We need boxing in schools, period. The ring. That's exactly what that was the idea. That was the foundation of my idea right there. You just really, you did it. You did it. So put a pin in that, because we're going to revisit that a little bit later in the show when we talk about the Zufa and the Ali Act. It's all together. We'll talk about that. All right. Undisputed is trash. You don't like Undisputed. That's okay. I think Fight Night. The point is, the only problem with Undisputed, in my opinion, well, there's a few, but the biggest problem with Undisputed is that it's the only boxing game, right? I mean, that's the credit you give it, that it tried. If you like it or not, it tried. But the point is for it to send that spark to game developers to have options. It's supposed to be a competition here. You're supposed to be able to pick this or that. Madden has a monopoly on football, really. But then that new NCAA is like, okay, there you go. We just need options, right? We need 2K but Madden, I think EA got the license to NFL. But I'm saying, if you could have these different, we just need different options. So Undisputed, keep doing your thing. And Fight Night come out, make each other better, whatever, right? And the Tyson Bell. Okay. The voice of boxing said what he said. All right, everybody. Let's do the let's start off with the receipts. Let me see. Just here to say I'm grateful Bud is safe and sound. Okay, yeah, let's talk about that real quick. You guys know me. I don't really talk about things that happens outside of the ring. All right. A few of you guys were like, yo, ShowBizz, can you give a few words, something? Because that's diabolical. And what he's referring to, hold on, ShowBizz, I'm pissed somebody at work told me I need to smile more. I'm ready to quit, Biz. I used to not be able to stop smiling. Yeah, y'all stopped me from smiling. You need to smile more. See, smiling isn't an effing job, right? It's not a functionality. It's an emotion. It's how I feel. You're already telling me when to get up in the morning and when to see my family at night. You ain't going to control the muscles in my damn face and the way my heart beat. See, that's the type of shit I'm talking about. Everybody got to stay in their damn lane. I smile when I feel like it, damn it. And now I feel like smiling less. That's that shit. I hear you. All right. What the reference is about Terrence Crawford being safe is that he was pulled over. I don't have the footage is everywhere. Pulled over by law enforcement in Omaha. I think they didn't know who he was or whatever. They were just profiling. Obviously, they were profiling. They got in trouble for it. And his life was in danger. They at gunpoint. They felt threatened just by Terrence Crawford's presence. And I know he's a bad boy, but damn, and that's what he says. Happy that it didn't go upside down and flip. And Terrence Crawford is doing fine. He handled it. The sad thing is he's handling it like he expects to handle it. I mean, when you're from the block, that never leaves. You just kind of like, all right, so that's why if everybody's like, man, he's handling it so smooth. Well, obviously he's still in Omaha. It's bad, but that's kind of how he's engineered. Just like, man, y'all chill out. He knows how to handle. He has the tools to handle that situation. All right, and I'm not going to go in the direction of breaking all of that down. And I don't know all of the details. I know what the video showed, and that's bad enough. But what I can say is, as a boxing fan, if Terrence Crawford isn't your favorite fighter, probably is now, because he's relatable for many of us. You look at that and be like, damn, like that's one of us right there. And he displayed how to handle it, right? You have that conversation with your son or whatever. Look at how he handled that. Hit the Tyson Bell. The guy's a champion in many ways. He championed other people. Let me see. Pulled over by Officer Errol. Your versus he's. Let me see. Bud gets policeman arrested. Let me. Yeah, squad. Yeah, he get the police arrested. All right, everybody. So let somebody said no. he ain't my champ. Okay. Let's play the receipts when it comes to this Saul Canelo Alvarez thing. Receipts, motherfucker. Okay. Here's the news. Canelo Alvarez and his shoulder shit.
Yes, Max. Canelo Alvarez obviously coming off of that tough loss to Terrence Crawford earlier this month. I'm told that he's going to have elbow surgery. He was set to return in February in Riyadh for the third fight of that deal. That fight is now going to be delayed until Q2 or Q3 of 2026. So Canelo's going to have the surgery, and then he'll come back.
For people who don't know, what does Q2 and Q3 mean?
The second quarter of the third quarter of the year.
Third quarter.
April, May, June.
So anywhere between
April and
January,
September.
February, March
Q1
is off. That's Q1. So anywhere from
April to September.
Through September. And
Correct.
Max Kellerman knew what Q1, Q2, and Q2, Q3 meant. He knew what that meant. He just trying to help Mike Coppinger to not just be in his head. Mike Coppinger's, that guy's, so he's like, hey, just so everyone else will know. Mike Coppinger thinks everybody else is as smart as he is. So he's just like, oh yeah. But anywho, so he hurt his elbow. Here's my thing. I didn't know exactly how I wanted to respond to his hurt elbow. My initial response was, okay, he hurt his elbow, get surgery. But then I thought how diabolical the boxing fan is. Everybody quick to point fingers, get mad, be assholes. So I was like, okay, they're gonna go the direction of excuse, right? Oh, he set up an excuse. Man, if you got a surgery, go get it. He already said right afterwards, there's nothing I can do. He was better than me. He's better than Floyd. He was sucking him off. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do y'all want him to do, right? But if you need to go get surgery, go get surgery. So if His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh is like, yo, are you ready to fight Hamza Sherazz in about 2 months? He's like, I can't do it. I get elbow surgery. And then that gets to ring. And then they report it. But then y'all goofy asses go out and, hey, it must be an excuse. Hey, if you need elbow surgery, go get it. But here's my take. Justification for a rematch. Saw this coming a mile away. Either copy box or injury. Yeah, I don't think that's it. I just think he needs elbow surgery. It's boxing. Have you ever been punched in the face, arm? Have you ever trained for a long period of time? And shit happens. All right. So, but here's my take. I have never seen one fighter make me look as much of an idiot as I'm looking right now as Terrence Crawford did when he fought Saul Canelo Alvarez. Forget him proving me wrong on who's going to win the fight. That is just surface level. Let me take you down memory lane. Do you remember what I said was the biggest reason why Canelo will beat Crawford? Think about it. What did I say? I caught some hate strays on Crawford Parade, the ring live. What did I say? I said this is the number one reason Canelo will beat Crawford. Better boxer? No, that's not what I said. The number one reason. Size, not what I said. He can't block his punches because I brought up, this is what Bud just did to me. I said the number one reason that Canelo beats Bud is Bud can't block his punches, and I'm showing the condition of Bivol. I'm showing the conditions of Callum Smith and their arms after a Canelo fight. And what did Bud do? He breaks Canelo block and sent his ass to the surgery room. Ah! What the hell? Bud can't, wait a second. Bud can't block Canelo's punches were evidently Canelo can't block hands. Forget Colin Smith. Forget Bivol. Look at Canelo's arm. Canelo couldn't block Buzz punches. I ain't never seen a man make me put my foot in my whole foot and nothing but my foot, so help me boxing lords, in my mouth, and took 20K out my bank account. He's everything, man. And I'm going to tell you this. He can wrestle. And let me run this by you. Test him immediately. I knew that was coming. Listen. Terrence Crawford is definitely strong and fantastic. He's blessed, naturally. I've seen this man in this last fight do what I didn't think was possible. I saw him get punched with an overhand right smack in his forehead. He looked at that and said, ping! I saw him punch Canelo so hard that Canelo looked at him. Canelo got punched so hard that he just ping. Now we hear that Crawford hit him in his elbow so damn hard that as we speak, Canelo is sitting on a hospital bed like boop, 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 ping. I don't think I'm out of line by saying this because I'm sure Victor Conte, Crawford's nutritionist, will have no problem with me saying this. Crawford isn't just strong. He's snack strong. I think it's the truth. They got 1.21 gigawatts. They got hyperbolic exfoliations. Which is a perfect segue to this.
So you work in the travel more in the jungle. So we good? Yes. And now don't in the phone. Right on.
Brian Norman Jr., I love you like a play cuz. But my bookie that I want to try, I need my money back. I need my money back. The 1.21 gigawatts. I'm cool. Oh shit. Listen, I know I'm looking a little scruff because it's fall. You know, the winter months are coming. So I'm going to try to grow my beat up, what's going on, nappy ass beard back. Just, you know, you got to do that for the winter months. Okay, ShowBizz hilarious. Oh, you think I'm bull jiving? Y'all think I'm bull jiving? Why bull jive? Why bull jive? Why bull jive? When it comes to money, brother, why bull jive? Let me see. As far as Canelo Alvarez and when he comes back, you heard Mike Coppinger say Q2, Q3. But then I see this for Hamza Sherazz talking about big news to come. What the hell is that? Right? Because we thought it would be Canelo. So now I'm curious. It's not Canelo. So that means y'all kind of knew it wasn't going to be Canelo, because how do you have this news so quickly? We just heard about same day, big news. Maybe y'all jumped to the conclusion. I really want to know. Sherazz versus Bud would blow my mind. I got my money on Bud. Brother, let me tell you where I'm at. If they said Bud Crawford versus Jai Bataya, I'd be like, I got Bud. You saw was Jamal. You know, I heard that they're talking about a UK versus US tournament. Brother, if they told me tomorrow announce Bud Crawford versus Jai Bataya December, I'll be like, I got Bud. If that brother will find a way, he can wrestle. He beats Spence. My Ms. Biz is Mexican. I would say all the shit y'all said. Your wife is Mexican. I would say all the shit y'all said. I'm like, I got Bud. Snap everything. 1.21 gigawatts. All right, let's move forward. Hey, I also saw this, and I'm going to give you my genuine take on this. I don't give a shit. I don't. Errol Spence, my dog. You know what I mean? His whole team. I love those boys over there. You know, they're all of them. I love them all over there. You know, but when you send, you keep doing this, brother. Don't nibble on the barrel. Pull the trigger. I don't have. You need a protractor and you need like a crystal ball and all kind of shit to figure out what he's saying. It's always some sort of mysterious. It's really a waste of damn time. So let's move on. What is he saying? What is he saying? Right? He's waiting on a fight, or what is he? You know what I mean? I love him like a play cousin. I can't. Gotta move on. Gotta move on, bro. He ain't saying shit. You just say something. Say, hey, I'm fighting whenever against who? Say something, bro. I don't. Let me see. I'm with you on that. Yeah, let me see. Traverse. UK versus USA. Bud Crawford versus Nick Ball main event. Hey, Traverses. Let me tell you something, man. Traverse, I figured you out. You're bipolar. Nothing against bipolar. I'm just saying you're it. Or schizophrenic, or well, because not only is Traverse the biggest troll ever, you know whatever's going to come out of his mouth is bull jive. But have you ever seen Traverse reply to somebody else on X about something else? The guy's brilliant. Yeah, Traverse, I saw you respond to some political shit that I happen to be interested in too, but I don't say anything. That's a boxing channel. And I saw you a comment from you, and I'm like, well, I'll be damned. You don't want to let anybody know he's actually a damn genius. But then he's on here bull jiving. You really don't. So I'm figuring it out. Got split personality or something like that. Okay, everybody, it's Sherazz. He's nuts. That's pretty much what it. Okay, let's move on. Let's Let's take a quick break and let's do the knockout.
Wendy Peppercorn.
No.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Did you land any of them?
Lagi.
This next guy love bottomies. Damn, that hurt. Damn, that hurt.
Knockouts. Brother, to kick a woman like that is diabolical. I understand equal rights and all that, but that's diabolical, bro. All right, yeah. Hopefully he was arrested because that's. Let me see. A soft tree. Yeah, I could give a damn if it's foam. That was impressive. Ward pulled it back. Pause. Let me tell you this, bro. That was pause. You go ahead and see. That's the type of pause that you need. You need a therapist. Go ahead, get you an appointment. That pause, I've had worse, to be honest. I think I historically, I have a pause that was so historical that almost shut down the live. So I'm just saying, from one pause great to another. Let me see. Bud is so strong. When Chuck Norris counted to infinity, Bud was already there waiting. So look, where was I? Ward. I thought Shakur got the best of Ward there. All right. And honestly, Ward to me is like Jay-Z. You know how every time Jay-Z had another great rapper featured, he got shitted on? Every time. Jay-Z is one of the greatest rappers ever. He's my favorite. But every time he was sharing a track with the Eminem or Nas on Black Republicans or Biggie on Brooklyn's Finest or Lupe on Lupe's album, he just shit it. Lupe shit it. Jay, every time I see Ward slapboxing somebody whooping his ass, and Ward will beat everybody's ass. It's just for some reason when they bull jive and he's getting his ass whipped. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, brother. Okay. All right. So all right, let's move on. I don't want to talk about fight night right now. I think after the knockout thing, let's talk about Zufa. So Dana White's Zufa is now with Paramount, all right, just like UFC is. And boxing is going to be free. It's going to be on Paramount and all those things. For me, that's music to my ears. But understand that I've been wanting a boxing league far before this. I mean, Zufa been around, but I didn't think about Dana White. I was just saying we need a boxing league. I've been saying that forever. This happens to go along with it. I know there's going to be idiots that's going to be like, oh, man, you're just trying to do this because of Dana White or Turkey Al-Sheikh or whatever you want to say. Which this is just an idea that I've been for far before this happened. So I'm for the Zufa league. Like I'm the boxing league, TKO, whatever. I'm interested in that. Okay. And here's what Dana White said about it. I'm going to give a take and we're going to talk about the Muhammad Ali Act. All right. But here's a take.
My big focus is on building a fan base that completely trusts a brand like the UFC. Like when you stay home on a Saturday night, you know what you're going to get. If you buy tickets and come to the UFC live, you know you're going to get a great experience live or on TV, or if you go to a bar. And that's what I want to bring back to boxing. So many times, me, you, the people watching this right now, you've stayed home on a Saturday night, you're excited for this fight, and then you turn the TV off at the end of the night, and you're like, they got me again. That was terrible.
Yeah.
Or even worse, you flew there, and you watched the fight live, and it was a complete shit show of a live event and a bad experience that left a bad taste in your mouth. That is the number one thing that is the most important to me, is starting to regain the trust of the boxing fans.
We're going to get it.
Okay. Sounds good, right? You want to build a product in the sport of boxing where people know every weekend is going to be good. In the NFL, every weekend, I'm plugged in, pause, to see Tyreek dislocate his knee and just almost make me puke all of my chicken fingers that I was eating. All right, here Tyson Bell. But with that said, I digress. That sounds good. Do you guys trust it already? Of course not. You haven't seen it yet. You know, he's just saying what he wants to do. And yeah, if you want to build a brand that everybody can trust, and it's because it's a good product. Who wouldn't? You want everybody to say that. All right. That's what you would want. All right. Now it's just about making it happen. I think it's going to take some time, right? Because just to start out, you're not going to have all the best fighters in the world. That makes zero sense. But I think if you put on great fights, and then we understand the way it's organized, tournament style, stuff like that, how does the belt works, what makes you number one ranked, what makes, just are the rules different on what wins a round, right? Like bare knuckle fighting championship. I'm going to be calling that this weekend on DAZN War Room. And that, I still don't understand what wins rounds all the way, because I keep judging things like a boxer, and bare knuckle is different, right? So the same thing will go for Zufa. What wins a round, stuff like that, understanding it. And not that it would be better than traditional boxing or the way boxing has been done over all these years, but I see it as another option. So you just like, if you like boxing the way I do, you like people getting stolen the way I do, give me some more opportunities to watch somebody get stolen. That's all it is for me. It's like, bare knuckle fighting championship. It's like misfits for me. It's like Tank versus Jake. It's like, if somebody's getting kickboxing, if somebody gets UFC, if somebody getting stolen, I'm not mad at it. I don't be looking at it like, oh man, you getting stolen on Zufa. I'm not that stupid. If you get, I don't give a damn if you're in the middle of the street somewhere. If you getting stolen, I want to watch it. Just always been me. Now, if it end up being a good sport and organized in a way that's like, yo, y'all killing that shit, then I become a fan of it. Right now, what he said about what everybody is worried about is the Muhammad Ali Act. Okay, he's going to explain it. I want you guys to listen to how he explains what he's talking about doing or approaching the Muhammad Ali Act. All right, with Brian Campbell. You guys say what you think, for sure, because this is a sensitive subject, because this is our beloved sport of boxing. Muhammad Ali is our most beloved athlete in boxing, right? Generally speaking. And the Muhammad Ali Act was a boxer, a fighter protected, is a fighter protected law. So I want you guys to check this out, and then we can kind of deep dive a little bit on what it seems he means.
Dana, boxing seems to be split over the proposed amendments to the Muhammad Ali Reform Act that it's expected to be presented in front of Congress later this year. It already has bipartisan support. We've seen a lot of people split on this. How important are these changes to be made to the idea of you having success launching this league in 2026?
Well, let's be clear. There will be zero changes to the Muhammad Ali Act. Not one word will be changed in the Muhammad Ali Act. We're going to add on to it. So the guys who, guys being fighters that want to fight under the Muhammad Ali Act, exactly the way it is, will have that opportunity to do that. And then, or you can bet on me and fight with me under our version of the Muhammad Ali Act. So that thing's been blown a lot out of proportion, and I get it. And I knew people were going to freak out. because that's what people do. But yeah, what was the question?
I said, do you need those changes to happen to launch your league in 2026?
No,
Or
but,
the amendments that you want to add on?
right. No, but we're doing it. Listen, the Muhammad Ali Act was put in place with all good intentions, and but I think that it's held the business back. And like I said earlier, these guys, like all these guys that have been been involved in boxing for a long time, the promoters they don't think big enough. I think much bigger than any of them do, no matter how bad they all want to compete with me.
Adding is changing. Yes. Let me see. He's trying to turn it into the UFC. Okay. I don't trust this guy. Okay. Well, here's the thing. I'm not sure who do you trust? How many big wig business people you like? I trust them. Who do you trust? Right. Let me see. Let me give my take. Dana White is a lying sack of shit, and I love you, Biz, but I know you really can't talk on this. Yes, I can. If you want your show on DAZN still, I respect it though. Dana White has nothing to do with DAZN. Dana White would actually be competition, right? Dana White, Zufa, Paramount, DAZN is a DAZN network with Matchroom. It's a totally different thing. That's not if what I have to say is based on my relationship with DAZN, I'll be shitting on it and trying to destroy it, so DAZN would have less competition, right? In Tysonville. So don't do that. Just listen to. If you don't trust me, you shouldn't watch, right? My whole thing is what I say to you guys is thoroughly how I feel. When I talk to you guys about going to work and being yourself, that's coming from my state of mind, no matter what. So I want you to understand this. All right. With Dana White, the first thing I want you guys to know is that Dana White's, trust you, Biz, love you, boy, is that Dana White's Zufa will not replace boxing. I want you to understand that boxing, the sport of boxing, is the sport of boxing. Zufa is boxing that way. Okay? Is a boxing league. That's why people always say UFC is not all of MMA. It's the sport of MMA, and then you have UFC. That is an organization with MMA, just like Bellator. So I want you guys to understand that. Football is football. And you have the NFL, and then you had the XFL, you have the Canadian leagues, you have that shit. All right? Keep that in mind. So Zufa is not replacing boxing. That has to be, because it's hard for people only think one track mind. They can't just free yourself. Zufa is something is boxing done by Zufa. It's boxing done by Zufa. That's what it is. All right. Now, when it comes to the Muhammad Ali Act, the Muhammad Ali Act, he said he wants to amend it. He wants to add to it. Because the Muhammad Ali Act, and I said it before, but I want this to sink in. The Muhammad Ali Act was to protect, or is to protect, fighters in boxing on how boxing has always been organized. Zufa is the first boxing league. It's a totally different idea. So you got to do something about that. You can't have the same laws for a boxing league, because a boxing league isn't a bunch of different promoters in a wild, wild west with their own things trying to go up against each other, and people leave it one fight deal to that's a wild situation. Okay. Now, here's the thing, Matt. I think my main concern is the way Max Sellerman is acting since he's joined Ring Magazine. All of us believe he is disingenuous and agenda-based now. Okay, but I have nothing to do with that. My name is ShowBizz the Adult. All right. So don't your issues with Max. Don't act like I'm him. All right. I'm ShowBizz. So don't get confused. Once again, we're not all the same. There's boxing podcasts, and then there's Max Kellerman. There's ShowBizz. All right, don't start grabbing that one damn wand and start judging everybody by it. I hate when y'all do that. So listen, this idea of a boxing league is not an original one. We've been waiting for a boxing league for a long time. I know I have. And like I said before, the one entity that was set up in a way to provide a boxing league was the PBC. The PBC had this in mind from the very beginning, but they got hit with a lawsuit based on the Muhammad Ali Act. You have Dana White observing this. Okay. The Muhammad Ali Act stopped the PBC from the manager promoter thing. So what did the PBC do? They reorganized it into an association like the NBA. That's why they gave everybody their own promotions. You had Errol Spence with his own promotion. You have Canelo Alvarez you had everybody with their own Pacquiao own promotion. Mayweather, everybody had their own promotion. Javante, everybody got their own promotion company, right? So now, because it's an association with different promoters within it, they had the mindset. They were even talking about a PBC belt, and they were trying to be on Showtime, be on NBC. Al Heyman had a very brilliant approach and tried to make it into a boxing league. The problem is that takes a ton of money and support. Immediately when he started, everybody was against him. But His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh has the resources to have everybody work together. They saw PBC go over the hill first. And it's like that. You have to learn. Those were the mistakes. And the thing with the Muhammad Ali Act, you cannot do a boxing league with that act. So what Dana White is saying is add to it to include a boxing league. And if you don't want to join my boxing league, you're still you're definitely protected by the Muhammad Ali Act. We're just saying add a boxing league. Now, you guys can still do what y'all do with Top Rank, with Matchroom, and have the WBC titles, the WBA, whatever. But the boxing league cannot function with the Muhammad Ali Act as is. That's it. That's it. All right. Now, here's the thing. Also, the $375 million settlement with Dana White was an intentional calculation investment where underpaying paid off will happen in Zufa. But here's the thing, Matt. Here's the good thing about it, Matt. All right. Now, Matt concern, got it now, Biz. Thank you. Now, Matt concern is underpaying. One, it doesn't matter to you. Why? You're not getting any money. You don't get a piece of their check. That's what happens when we're concerned about their dollar. Number two, whoever the athlete is who joins Zufa has thought about what they need and they think is a better choice to join Zufa. That's on them. The way boxing is organized now, okay, you can't tell people, Matt, you're not a fighter. You can't tell somebody up and coming, hey, don't join Zufa. They're going to look at what they have, what Zufa has to offer, what the boxing world right now has to offer, and they're going to make a decision. Maybe sign a couple fight deal with that boxing organization. If it's not working out, then they leave just like people who leave the UFC and then start doing their thing. But the way boxing is now, if you're not one of the very most paid fighters at the top, you ain't getting shit. Look at Terrence Crawford. He has been the best fighter in the world forever, but he didn't have best fighter money. Ryan Garcia shitting him when it comes to the money. How is that? Look at how much Canelo got paid and how much Crawford got paid. Now, that's just how boxing is set up now. With Zufa, it's going to be set up a little bit differently. It's not going to be such a big gap between the number one guy and the number two guy. especially not the number 10 guy. There's going to be, you're going to get a minimum wage, at least this. And they're going to have their ways of paying. It's up to the athlete, not Matt, not you, not you, not you. If the athlete say Zufa works for me, shut your ass up and watch the fight. Because you got a lot of people right now who are electricians fighting Shakur Stevenson. Black eye got to go back to work. If they get busted up too much in a ring, they ain't gonna be able to take care of themselves because they can't go back to work. The way boxing is set up right now, while there's a huge distrust for Dana White, and I understand, you're not thinking about how it's set up right now. You don't give a shit. How it's set up right now, bro, is a fighter got to think about going to work. And I make a joke about it all the time. I got to work Monday. And y'all laughing, but it's true. I can't be taking punches like this. I got to get my ass whipped enough to where you want to hire me again, but not too much to where I can't punch in on Monday. And that's the black two sugars. Y'all only be afraid of change and something new. Y'all don't look at the conditions in which the world of boxing is now. So let's sit back and say, okay, that's what you're trying. Just understand, if you're for it or not, just understand what's going on. Understand why. Okay, that's why he's trying to make an amendment to the Muhammad Ali Act. Now, here's my thing. Back to what somebody said earlier. All right. Biz, what happened with the belts, etc. if the league starts? See, that's why I said Justin, love you like a play cousin. But he didn't understand. He didn't understand. And I said, and then I say, I'm going to repeat it. I knew people, it would still fall through. They still won't get it. Zufa is a boxing league that's not replacing boxing. It's their own thing with their own belts, their own ranking system. It's a boxing league. It's like the Misfits. ShowBizz, what happens to the WBC, WBA belt with KSI Misfits? What? It's a boxing, it's its own organization. There's a Misfits title. None of y'all said that when it came to Misfits. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Thank you, AEW or WWE. Exactly. Now, and people who can't cut it in WWE or don't like the politics of WWE, they stay in AEW or go to AEW. And then once they feel bad about it, they go back to WWE. It's the same shit. Now, here's my things. Here's my thing. The one thing I can see is what someone said at the beginning of this podcast. They said boxing should be in schools. It's so funny that you said that because I thought about this in a shower this morning, taking a shower. And I'm thinking about a boxing league. And I'm like, what's all the pluses for a boxing league? And then I just thought, I've never seen a boxing college scholarship. With a boxing league, like an NFL league, an NBA, HS, NHL, every sport, you can have, and these are contact sports. You can have scholarships. You can go to high school and join the sport. You don't go to high school and join boxing. With a boxing league, there'd be more opportunities for schools to put boxing in their school. Of course, the headgear would be better and all those things would be very amateur. But maybe you can get a scholarship and compete for your school. Mess around, do 1 year in school and go pro. There are opportunities if there's a league. That'd be pretty dope. That would be pretty dope. That would be pretty dope. Now, once again, Zufa is with Paramount, and that would be in competition to DAZN. I collab with DAZN, collab with PBC, collab with Top Rank. I'm ShowBizz. This is the War Room. I'm just speaking from my thought process on this. Genuinely, as I always do. It's y'all who try to twist my words and say, come up with reasons that I ain't even effing thinking about. But I'm just saying, I can see that. Facts, Biz. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Be like amateurs. That'd be crazy. I'm going to join the boxing club. High schools having boxing. I bet you the murder rate will go down. That was the big thing about karate. Murder rate goes down. Because you got beef, we can go to the dojo. That Cobra Kai shit is funny and dorky, but if you got beef, throw the gloves on. You don't want to throw the gloves on, do you? Everybody call you a chump. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. Let me see. Just like wrestling in school. Exactly. So there are upsides to it. It's a lot to think about. Now, let's just sit back and observe. Okay, all right, that didn't go as I thought. Or that didn't go in a way that's best. But what I can say is boxing trading cards, sports memorabilia is hot. Boxing memorabilia is hot again. All right. Boxing anime. We need more. You got Creed, the new Creed coming out. They're already talking about that. Ring Magazine is now back in stores. Oh, shit. What's going on here? Shit's starting to get lit again. A boxing league? You get boxing in schools? Shit's getting lit again. Y'all act like you want boxing to be saved. Y'all act like y'all want boxing to be the number one sport in the world again. Here we go. We're on our way. You got a lot of shit going on right now. We are on our way. And people are feeling like, we're on our way, bro. Now, in that same spirit, a new boxing video game. EA has been bought out for $55 billion. Bought out by who? Saudi Arabia. The investment group in Saudi Arabia. $55 billion. Holy shit. EA Sports, which only made me think about Fight Night. And who is the boxing guy right now? His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh. And where is he from? Saudi Arabia. And who invests in him? Hey! What did Turki keep saying? I want a boxing game. He ended up investing in Undisputed. Now with Saudi, the Saudi investment group buying EA is up. You don't think Turki gonna drop Fight Night? If you don't think so, think again. I should make a video. It's up, bruh. All you programmers, and if you can't do it, we get some other ones. They said they didn't have the funding for boxers to get boxers on a video game. Turki Al-Sheikh has bought Ring. He got ambassadors for Ring. Holy shit. Everything is organized and set up to the point where it's going to be cheaper to even have fighters on Fight Night. He watched Undisputed. He saw what it took there. Be ready for a Fight Night. Get ready for a Fight Night. Get ready for when they talk about the excitement of buying out EA. Be ready. How often has Turki talked about a video game? Be ready. He's going to say Fight Night. Get ready. Mark my words. Put money on it. Get ready. They bought EA Sports for $55 billion. Let me see. Pay. Topic Biz. One round I would have loved to hear you call and see your reaction to was round 10 of You should. I saw it live. It was. That's my favorite round in boxing. He said, what did he say when he was putting the mouthpiece in? He was like, "You better do so." I forgot what he said. Whatever he said was dope. With that said, I also like to ask, what is your favorite round? What is my favorite round? I think it happened recently. I said something like, "This got to be the greatest round of all time." That may be my favorite round ever. But let me think about this. There was a round 8 or 9. Riddick Bowe versus Holyfield, the first round, where Riddick Bowe hurt the hell out of Holyfield. And somehow he came back and that almost brought tears to my eyes. That round was tremendous. But there's been some rounds for you. Because I saw Razor Ruddock. He had Tommy the Duke Morrison almost done for. And Tommy threw a hook from hell. And I mean, you want to talk about freezing up and just everybody in the house went quiet. That shit was crazy. Traverse, I'm sick of you. I'm sick and tired. Okay, everybody. Let's do a look at that. All right, and then I'm gonna have a closing statement, and then we're done. Hold on real quick. Where is it? What the hell? Where is my look at that? Where the hell is my look at that? Oh, here it is.
Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this. Somebody come and look at this.
Look at that. Look at that.
I would like to call this woman Big Bang Becky.
I would describe myself as a clamshell. I'm kind of closed off at first. Don't worry. Once you get me open, there's a pearl inside. I am looking for real, true love and somebody who is unconditionally mine and doesn't talk to a lot of other girls on the phone at night. I also love being on boats. If you have a sailboat, I'm going to marry you. If you have a sailor's mouth, though, watch it. I can't take you home to my mother. She's religious. I want children, yes. I love taking care of animals, so I think I will love taking care of kids. I don't believe in love at first sight, so if I see you and I feel a spark and we hit it off right away, I think that we need to get to know each other better. My best qualities are I'm a good listener, like to laugh. So if you want to be funny and tell me a funny story, I love to laugh and I love to have a good time. Just don't tell me anything too sad because I just don't really like to go there. The key to a good relationship is trust. If I'm out with my friends at a movie, you have to trust that I'm really there and not out dancing at the Rainbow Room. My most prized possession that I own is a pearl ring that my mother gave to me. It was a gift from her first husband, who is not my dad. It reminds me of the ocean, and I love the ocean.
The psycho part goes without saying. We're not going to talk about the psycho shit. I want to say this. She was actually kind of pretty. Hold on. She was actually kind of pretty. Kind of hot, bro. Here's the thing. She has, I don't know what she looks like now, but she definitely had steep fall off tendencies. And you know what? She was right about to fall off. If you caught her 5 years ago, there wasn't a guy who didn't want her. She's right. She could see it. That's why she's trying to date, because she's right where makeup is just doing enough. Oh no. I swear, give her 3 weeks. Bam, it's over with. And that's the Black Two Sugars. And her fall off. Remember when Larry Holmes got hit with the haymaker from Ruddock and got up? Was that Ruddock? I thought that was Shavers. Didn't Shavers drop? I thought that was Ernie Shavers. Okay, everybody. All right, everybody. All right. So here's my last. Here's my last go. So Canelo Alvarez. He's 35, right? 35? But he's 45. You know what I'm saying? That brother there is more injury riddled than, that's it, wrist, one leg, elbow. Whoever he fights next, they're just going to stand on him and catapult themselves to what Terrence Crawford did. I think was the end, in my opinion. That guy there with an elbow, now he got funk taken away from his punches. Like now he's gonna be like that, bro, with a wrist, one elbow, wrist on the other hand. Bruh, Hamza Sherazz is gonna be like, and brother, he's gonna be whooping his ass. His next fight, he's gonna be whooping his excuses. No, that's just Father Time. That's just Father Time. I mean, Jay, you one of those people where you can see Ali come in shaking on his way to fight Trevor Berbick and be like, excuses, bro. That's you. Oh, excuses. Ali was definitely sick on his ring walk. Jay would be like, excuses. You know, y'all just some bitches. But with that said, though, let me see. She reminds me of Julia Roberts. Fell off. But we love you. Love you, boy. With that said, he's going to be sitting at the end. He's going to be just a recipient at this point of some hellified shots. Canelo, I see him as a recipient of some hellified shots. Can you imagine? Canelo got more skill. Yeah, Charles. Yeah. Canelo got more skill. That Canelo right now is a recipient. Can you imagine Canelo versus David Benavidez, the Mexican mob, right now? Dave, how fast his hands are? That'll be murder. No, David Benavidez. No, that would be. Hey, listen, y'all want to cry? Y'all want to cry? As soon as it's announced, Canelo Alvarez, Cinco de Mayo versus David Benavidez, finally at 175. Bruh. Bruh, that right there is just, that would be senseless. So thank you guys for showing up and showing out. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. I'm thinking of doing a fight night video for later. I know it's not going to be an extremely popular one, but I think we should put that in our archives as a moment of forward thinking and being a futurist here. Now that, you know, that has just dropped and just been released, I think you're going to hear something from His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh on something like that. Tomorrow is the hump day. Thursday, we're going to have a video. We have the Facts Friday, and I'm looking to call the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship on the DAZN War Room this weekend. We may have a rugged weekend because you may catch me calling some UFC shit. I'm thinking about actually placing some bets on my bookie. Hold on, everybody. That's a plug. That's a plug. My bookie that I want to try. I'm thinking about making some bets on UFC this weekend. And if I do that, I may want to watch it and call it with you guys, but I haven't called a fight with you guys. So I'm going to do bare knuckles so we can laugh our asses. You want to laugh. We're going to have a well of a time. And plus I want to learn it. I've only called one bare knuckle fighting championship fight with you guys. And I promised that was going to be a new sport that I was going to do when it first dropped. And I had this channel and I'd never gotten around to it. So I'm very interested. I actually want to start calling some kickboxing and shit like that too. Like let's watch some more asses get whipped in more ways. All right, ShowBizz adult. Hold on, I think I saw something. Charles said I got Nello over Sherazz. He probably, man, I have to see. I'm out. Huh. Oh my goodness.